retargeting animations in Blender, and for this we'll be using the add-on called Auto Rig Pro, and as the source animation we'll be using the Clinton Jones motion capture for his kinetic rush render challenge that just concluded. So let's go into how to retarget animations in Blender. So first of all, let's add a character. So I'm going to use the human gen. I'm going to add, let's add a female, because why not? Females are beautiful. You should always add females. Anyways, so we have a female now. Now, this is one problem that always comes with retargeting characters. And the problem is the rest poses not matching. So if you click on your armature and you go into object data properties, as you can see here, you see where there is pose position and rest position. So if you click on rest position, you can see the rest position. So even if when you click on rest position, no matter where it is in the timeline, is in the rest position. But when you put it on pose position, that's when it's going to follow the specific animation. So you can see this pose, this rest position is a T pose, and this guy, his rest position is an A pose. Now this is where the problem with retargeting mostly comes from, when the rest positions don't match. And then if I retargeted this like this, the arms are going to be whack because they are going to move. You can see this distance, they're going to move way further than this, and it's just everything is going to crash. So what we're going to have to do, is to make this our character into a T pose. Now there are different ways to do this, but the way I am going to do it, because I'm also going to use Auto Rig Pro to retopologize it. I say retopologize. I'm going to use Auto Rig Pro to retarget the animation. So this way it will actually come in very good handy, and it's very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pose this character in a T pose, and then I'm going to apply the armature modifier for the character. So the character's new rest pose is now a T pose. So let's do that and watch me. As you can see now, I've made the character match the source armature we want to take the animation from. So now we have to apply this armature modifier to this character to make this a default pose of the character. So we just go here into our modifier stack, and then we press apply. But now we come into a problem from human gen, and you may run into this with like already rigged characters you have, which is modifier cannot be applied to a mesh with shape keys. And now these are where the shape keys are. These shape keys, yes, they are very important, but we're going to delete each and every one of them to apply this. And that's why the Auto Rig Pro add-on comes in handy, because when you rig with Auto Rig, it gives you fantastic shape keys. So it essentially rebuilds this kind of shape keys. But if you don't have something like Auto Rig, and then you have like an already rigged character, and then you delete all the shape keys, and then you just rig it with like something like Rigify, you may not have those shape keys you are looking for to smooth out the mesh in ways it should. So now I've applied the shape keys, let's now apply it, and now this is the default pose of the character, as if the character was built in a T pose. So let's hide this, and now with Auto Rig Pro, let's rig this character. So we're going to press match to rig, and then it's going to create this. And then we can just test it out. Yeah, you can see the rig is looking good. So now we want to bind this rig to the mesh of the character. So we go to skin, we select the character first, then we select the rig, and then we bind. And now, as you can see, the character is rigged. The character is rigged and is looking good. It's looking Gucci. So now let's do what we came here for, which is the retopology. In the same Auto Rig Pro, we're going to it's not smart. We are going to go to Auto Rig Pro remap, and then let's bring in our source armature. So I'm going to select our source armature, which is this, and the target armature, which is this. Now I'm going to press build bone list. Now this is very important because let me expand this so you can see. The AutoRig Pro add-on recognizes AutoRig rig, and it also recognizes, I think the what Clinton Jones uses either Mixamo or Rikoko, one of them. It also recognizes the rig. So that is why it could automatically build the bone list for me. You understand? That's why it could automatically build the bone list. But if it doesn't recognize any of your amateurs, you have to come in here and build the bone list by yourself, which simply means you come here, you select a bone from the first amateur, then you select the same bone from the second amateur, and that's just you just do that then to translate the bone movement. So that's essentially what retargeting does. So now, since we're using AutoRig Pro and it recognizes the amateurs, it has automatically built the bone list for us. Now let's select the root bone, because the root bone is how to know where to bind from. So we just select the root bone, which is hips in this, and C root master X in the other amateur, and then at that selected, we just press set as root and set. Now we can press auto scale to kind of make auto rig, make the scale align and all that, but it does it to me. I've never really seen any effect. And now we'll press retarget. Now you can see these are the frames that the animations are in, which are correct. You can decide to retarget lesser frames and stuff like that. Now they are, what they call it, they are keyframe interpolations, and so you have to know the kind of interpolation your source armature is, because if it is a Bezier, which is like kind of like fluid interpolation, if it's that and then you use linear, it's not going to line up pretty well. And if it's a linear and then you use Bezier or constant, it's not going to line up pretty well. So you have to know. And this is a baked animation, so it's linear. So there is an animation on each frame. Yeah. So we're going to use linear to do that. So we target linear and everything, and then we press OK and watch the magic. And now it says retargeting done. So let's go. Whoop! And as you can see, let's look at it from this view. As you can see, it follows the animation. As you can see, it follows the animation. And that's just simply how to retarget in Blender. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned something new. And yep, until next time, more stuff's coming, more amazing stuff, more tutorial, more live streams. So get ready, and until next time, peace.